Hello, mortals, and welcome back to Season 1 of Dice X Machina, right here on Saving Throw Show. This is Episode 7 of our first season. We're very excited to be back. We're second episode back after our little winter break. I am your myth keeper, Riley Silverman, and joining us at the table, of course, are my champions. Let me go ahead and go around the horn to introduce all of them. I'm going to go based on how they are on my screen, although I realize that I often point, and then I realize that it's not going to be the same setup.
Right.
It's not.
So I will say first, to my immediate right is Danielle Radford. Danielle?
Hi, my name is Danielle Radford. I play Dee. Dee is a human who worships the god Perforos.
Excellent. And then we are going to jump down to Jordan.
Hi, everybody. My name's Jordan Pritchin. I play Lysandros, who is a satyr, who is also a rogue, who is, more than just being a rogue, he's like a gambler and a trickster and a bit of an illusionist. And he just, kind of does his own thing and has fun and revels and does satyry stuff like that. And he likes to gamble a lot, and he loses all of the time.
He likes
very
gamble.
good at losing.
He likes gambling with the same fervor as which he's bad at gambling.
Yes.
Yeah. He's not just a rogue, he's a roguish type of rogue.
Yeah, he's a real roguey rogue.
Mm-hmm.
More roguey than rogue.
The roguiest
and-
of rogues.
Right.
Hey, I heard you like rogues, so I got some more rogues so you can put rogue in your rogue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm a rogue who wears rouge and all of that. He also follows Phoenix, the god of trickery. Mostly because he just realizes it just aligns well with his lifestyle.
Sure.
Yeah, fair enough. I like a religion that doesn't require you to change anything about yourself whatsoever and just go with the flow. It's the best way to do it. Ruben, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hi, everybody. I'm the internet's Ruben Bressler, Mox Ruby, and I am playing Claw, who is a centaur who's just sort of a man of nature. Doesn't really like city life, hates stairs. Boy, let me tell you.
Oh.
Often will and in order to avoid stairs will turn into random animals to avoid stairs because boy, let me tell you. He worships Nylea, the goddess of the hunt. And
last but not least, our friend Ashlyn.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashlyn Rose, and I play a Leonin fighter named Callista. And yes, Callista. And she worships, not quite worships, actually. We'll take that back. She serves a god named Erebos, and she's more of the rough and tough one of the bunch, I would say. She likes to get down to business and is not really the one to she's not all hoity-toity about the gods or anything, and she's just there to get a job done and get paid and get done.
Callie's someone who's I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual.
Yes. She believes in life and love and all that, right. But she doesn't care for the gods.
And we actually, at the end of last week's episode, I forgot to say it on stream. I said it in the Discord, and I think I tweeted about it. But I did level up all of our players to level 4. I meant to do it before last week. Last week, it was a fun kind of wind down. We learned a lot about Claw. We had some social stuff happening. We had a non-combat interaction with a Dryad, and everyone leveled up level 4. And so we're just going to real quickly tell everybody what you got at level 4. And let's mix it up. Let's go in different order completely. Jordan, what did you get at level 4?
Hi, I took, instead of getting a ability point increase, I took the feat Lucky. Which is a fun feat that fits really well with how I imagine Lysandros kind of working, which basically means whenever I roll a dice, roll a 20 for anything, attacks, ability checks, saving throws, before I know what the result is, I can choose to, after the first die has been rolled, I can choose to roll another 20 and pick which one I use. And then I can also do that if someone makes an attack against me. So when someone makes an attack against me and I see that it's a 20, I can be I think I'm luckier than that. Roll a second die and then I pick which one they take. So it may not save me, but it sort of at least lets me do that. And I can do that 3 times per long rest.
Yeah, and you also, we haven't talked about this too much on stream because it was something that came up in session 0, but we'll talk about it now. I finally made the actual item for Jordan to have his inventory. Why don't you tell them about the Fool's Dice?
Yes. So I have the Fool's Dice, which are the things that were like indicating that that Phoenix wanted to talk to me and that I use when I'm gambling. And they have been imbued by Phoenix. And so they have the ability, whenever I roll them, I can control which number it rolls. So if I use it to cheat at a game of dice, other characters can like try and see if there's something crazy going on with it. And if I keep using it, it gets harder. But also, and so that's what I'll use to, lose rolls if I don't want to do it the legit way. And then once per day, I may use this item to make an automatic non-critical success on any roll. But I have to be careful because the DM can then choose to make the player fail another roll, and these failures do not expire. So I get one automatic success, and then Riley gets to make me regret it.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, so it's kind of a little bit, there's a bit of a social element to it. There's like a flavor text, which is basically that's how Lysandros cheats at dice, but cheats against his own favor, so no one really checks on it too much. But that is also a fun little, I wanted it to have a game mechanic, so something fun for you to use too. So that's what that was there for. That was something we introduced to Jordan when he developed his character, and he's had it the whole time, but we haven't really shown it in game yet. So I wanted to make an item so he had it in his inventory and can use it. So now that means that you basically have 4 chances to succeed on rolls on top of the great rolls that you get from the audience. So
it might be a little busted. We'll see how that works.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you also have, as a supernatural gift, you have heroic destiny, which means you also get advantage on your death saves.
Look, all I'm saying is it's really hard to kill Lysandros.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Oh yeah.
Ruben, tell us what you got as your level 4.
Sure.
Upgrade.
Hi, I think I'm frozen.
You all
can still hear me?
Dom, is Ruben frozen on the stream as well? Okay, Ruben, I'll skip you for now and let you reload.
All right. I'll refresh. Hopefully it doesn't screw everything up, but here we go.
Yeah. Yep. I want to do it now before we get started with the show. So, all right. Ashlyn, why don't you tell us what you got as your...
All right. So the feat that Claw actually got was stealth. And so that's why we can't see Claw right now. And what I Callista chose, I actually went with the feat, and I decided to go with what was it? Slasher. I got the slasher feat because I'm a fighter, and all my stuff has slash, and I have claws, and guess what they do? Slashing damage. And so what the slashing feat does, I probably should have led with that, but that's okay. You'll find why that is so good as soon as I find it in my slasher says you can reduce a is that what so it says you can reduce a creature's speed when you deal slashing damage. You also gain the ability to wound a creature on critical hit. My claws do slashing damage, my great sword does slashing damage. I slash, I smash. I'm Callista.
You're like in Hot Fuzz when he runs up like, lock me up, I'm a slasher.
Wow.
I'm slashing prices.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to.
All right, Dom, are we set with Ruben now?
Yeah, I had to change cameras. My new camera doesn't really.
I wanted to handle it before we got into character and got into scene.
Exactly. Yeah. Luckily, it died right at the start of the stream. Claw. I had a lot of choices. I could have taken the ASI, the ability score increase, and just gotten more wise. I could have been quite observant and gotten that passive up. But I decided to be a chef because that is in the new book, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. It's one of the new feats. And
hey, your name's on that book.
Oh, it is, right? Well, yeah, on the front here. And so I increased my wisdom by 1, which will show up on the screen. But I also do get a bunch of random other stuff. I am now finally proficient with cook's utensils, which makes sense. And then I can cook special food that allows me to prepare enough food for a number of creatures equal to 4 plus my proficiency bonus. At the end of a short rest, any creature who eats the food and spends 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra d8 of hit points, so our short rests are better. And with an hour of work or when I finish a long rest, I can cook a number of treats equal to my proficiency bonus, which is 2. Those treats last for 8 hours, and a creature can use a bonus action to eat one of those treats to gain temporary hit points equal to my proficiency bonus.
Nice.
So just so many hit points and hit dice, and it seems like a lot for my character.
So you can use those treats to like reinforce good behavior in the group.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I can pass them out with my good berries and give you like a little lunch pail for the day. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it.
Positive reinforcement training.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well done, Lysandros. Have a cookie.
Good job not running away. Here you go.
And speaking of reinforcing good behavior, Danielle, let us know what you took for your level 4 upgrade.
Well, so I was thinking about taking a feat, but instead I did go with I got some ability stuff. I went from -1 wisdom to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also got me some intelligence. So D is now almost she's as dumb as I am, and she's getting smarter. So
Yeah. Important for not getting taken over and getting bad headaches in the middle of fights.
And then, of course, both D and Claw are spellcasters. They've already unlocked level 2 spells, but now they each have an extra spell slot, and they were each able to. Well, you added to your known spells, and Danielle added to her list of spells, so that's fun as well. And of course, we love all of our upgrading, and it's always fun to do, and people love doing it. So I like talking about it. So with that out of the way, let's talk about some folks who help us to upgrade our show by letting us continue to do it. We are sponsored, as always, by our friends at Hero Forge, where you can create your own 3D printed custom minis. You can design them yourself on their site, and now, as of this past year, you can now print them in color and have them sent to you. I have a lot of fun. I actually have found now, because there was kind of a pushback this year on the internet of a lot of people being frustrated when someone would take their art they would publish and then use it for their D&D characters, even if it wasn't being published, because people want to be paid for their art, and you shouldn't steal someone's art. So I find that it's really fun to go on Hero Forge and actually like design your mini that you would use, and now you've got your own mini that is created that you can then either use, or you can even buy it as a token to use on Roll20 and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff on there, and just to show you some of the fun stuff that you can do with your Hero Forge minis, I decided, in honor of the Broken Pact and the Plane of Ravnica, I made, if Dom will throw it up, I made a Fire Main Angel, which I'm a big fan of.
Ooh.
So the celestial form that you can use, it's an extra large figure. So it has the big wings, and it has the fiery sword. They just recently added this ability to add magical effects to your weapons, which is very cool. And if I could remake Velma, I would totally do some stuff with that. And for some reason, I don't really know, we'll figure it out later, I also updated my Astaroth figure that I made, speaking of Broken Pact. So they added some Greek armor and like Roman armor to it. Actually wearing the same Boros armor as I made for the Fire Main Angel. Right. They also added some pretty cool new mallets and hammers. So for some reason, I decided to go ahead and make one for Tuturu as well. Look at that. I already have a Tuturu one, but I gave her a new hammer, and I just tried to turn it in Roll20, forgetting that I'm not on Hero Forge anymore. 360. So
that hammer is nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
What do you think, Chad? Do you approve?
Yeah, so thank you. That is some stuff you can do with Hero Forge. And of course, there are some awesome ways that you, as the viewer and as the listener, and all those things can do to enjoy our show. Of course, we're here live on stream. We are also available as a podcast and on YouTube. And as of beginning of the year, or towards the end of last year, we are now also available on the Fantasy Network, which is an app that you can download. There's a website for it, but it's also an app you can download for your Rokus and your other TV-based TV viewing streaming stuff. So you can actually live stream our show now on your television while we're doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, we're still using Twitch for the chat, but yeah, right now, if you go to Fantasy Network, we are live streaming on there. And actually, all of our past shows are on there. And I think a bunch of the shows for the Saving Throw Show Network are on there. So that's really cool. So check that out. And of course, we also now have merch. So I'm excited about that. I'm wearing, that's why I'm not wearing my costume. I'm wearing our Dice X Machina t-shirt, which is available, and you can get it in a variety of things. You can get it on coffee mugs. You can get it on mouse pads. You can get it on other types of t-shirts. You can get it on hoodies, messenger bags. I think I've already said some of these, but where you can get them, and Dom will put the link in the doobly-doo of where you can find the Dice X Machina merchandise. And we'll hopefully get some more along the way, but I'm just very stoked to have a shirt that has the show that I'm helping create on it.
Yeah.
So that is very fun. And of course, as always, we are most supported by viewers and listeners like you. And you can actually go to our donation tiers, and you can see there are a lot of really fun things that are available for you to unlock tonight. As you see hinted, we have a major announcement coming soon. It's going to come next week. But we have a sub goal, and if y'all break that sub goal, we'll announce it tonight. So that's going to happen. So we're very excited about that. We would love to bring you some cool, exciting new information. And we also have another thing. I mean, at the end of the show, we're going to announce a special charity stream we're doing. So we'll talk about that towards the end, because I want to get into tonight's game before it gets too long. And I think with that out of the way, let's begin the show off by recognizing some listeners and viewers who have supported the show. And of course, let's begin with a toast. As always, we begin the show with a toast from our friend Jake, whose username, of course, Wherewithal, who says, "The gods are not that great. Kiora stole Thassa from Helios, a jerk. Let's watch the players defy fate and the gods themselves." So thank you, Jake. We appreciate your toast.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
I am toasting. I finally got a can of Diet Dr. Pepper again. It's back at the market, so I got that going on for me.
Perfect.
And then, of course, we have some pretty good unlocks. I mean, we got some rerolls all ready to go. Right now, we were neck and neck, but now the table has surpassed me again. So we have the following people have unlocked rerolls. We currently have 4 for me and 5 for the table. And the people who have given them to us are as follows: Adventures of Tony, Zarfin, with Wherewithal, Mox Ruby,
Yep.
Taming the Crisis, and Derek Lee Ketchum. So thank you all for your rerolls. We really appreciate them.
Thank you.
And hopefully they will come into play tonight. And then, of course, I'm just gonna take a real quick peek and see how those tiers are doing already, and we'll see. Okay, we got a little. We'll see how it goes. All right. With that out of the way, are you all ready for another session of Dice X Machina?
I am.
Let's do it.
Born ready.
Nah.
No, you're good. All right, that's fine. We'll wait till you're ready. Should all be okay. So, as asked last week by Ruben, I am going to do tonight's recap in the style of the god Phoenix.
Yay.
So, little shot of Phoenix on the screen. If anybody's looking at that, just to get a good look at this guy. He's fun. And so we have our glorious cloaked figure, shining gold mask, stars reflected throughout his body, some indications of Nyx. And he says, "Here's where things are. I may have asked one of my followers to go to the underworld. You know, he had to die first, but that's the only way to get there. What else are you going to do? So I sent him down there to bring me back a mask with a little bit of, information that I might have needed that I couldn't get for myself. So then he comes back, and then you won't believe it. After all that work that I put in, he died again. He was already dead. He's back from dead, and then he's dead again. So, of course, I have a patsy by the name of Lysandros who does a lot of stuff that he thinks is, noble or at least, self-serving. Not at all. He's kind of a moron. But I beseeched him to maybe find his way somewhere, and then he suckered in a bunch of other losers, and anyway, they all found the mask, and they're bringing it to me now, which is fantastic. It's exactly what I needed to have happen. So I'm really on board with it. They dealt with a mobster, and they found out that one of them had died, but wasn't. Apparently there's certain undead. That's fine. I don't know the rules myself. I don't make them. I just kind of break them a lot. But yeah, and then like one of them burned down a forest, and apparently that's chill. I don't know, but yeah, that's about where we are now. So I hope that made sense, because I don't care.
Nice. Perfect.
All right, I should have written it out, but I think it's more fun to be Phoenix and stream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, y'all. So you have left the wooded region where the dryad was burning down a controlled fire to help germinate seeds from an ash tree, and you have explained to the humans what was going on. They paid you the 100 gold that they offered to pay you. That Dee was very insistent you get paid, even after being told you were going to get paid. It's just like that. As she was paying you, I think Dee was like, "So where's the money?" And she's like, "Literally in your hands."
Yeah.
And then, you head. Yeah, and you've been heading a little bit more northeast again towards the mountains, and you're kind of getting towards the foothills of the mountains. And Claw, because of your passive perception, I'm not going to make you roll. You just have this very vague sense that maybe you're being followed.
So can I add to this that Lysandros is probably not being particularly quiet as they're traveling?
Oh, I assume that.
So Lysandros has pulled his lyre out, and just because we've just got a long way of like walking and stuff, he's just been like plucking at it and trying to like improvise little songs, which he's not all that good at, but he's just like, oh, walking to the mountain. There are trees, now there are fewer. Do. Just going on like that for some time.
Is this Lysandros acting out because Dee sang a great song at the end of what happened, and now he's like, you're not the only one who can sing songs. I sing songs.
There might be some minor insecurity going on there.
Yeah. Is this the same day, by the way?
It is. It's about an hour later, I'd say. You've been traveling for about an hour.
All right. I'm
and then
going.
it's gone. The sensation that you felt is like suddenly you're not sure. You feel like it might have been. You like, it's kind of like that feeling when you see someone out of the corner of an eye,
Right.
and then like you go to look perhaps, and there's nothing there.
Okay. Like not. Okay. Well, I suppose I'll just scan around me when I have that feeling, stopping probably for a moment before moving on.
Okay.
I won't say anything about it, but the others might notice that I saw something or felt something awry.
Okay.
And then just moving on.
Okay. I would say travel continuing on. You're getting closer to the foothills, and another hour passes by. So I think we stopped. Like the forest thing happened fairly early in the morning yesterday, like about midday. You travel 3 hours from the forest and 3 back. So you're probably getting closer to evening now. Like it's not quite dusk yet, but it's probably around maybe. We didn't set a definite time, so I'll just say it's about 4 or 5 in the evening now.
I, at some point, would scan the horizon for Mount Kure, which I know is somewhere in the... What are these mountains called? The giant...
Was it the
range that we're
Keystone
in?
Mountains?
The Keystone Mountains?
Keystone Light Mountains.
Mount Kure is...
I thought that was really what they were called.
Kachathon Mountains.
Yeah.
Mount Kure is to the northwest of Tethmos, and it's a super tall, theoretically super tall, like temple on top of a mountain. So if I can see that, because we got lost once already, so I'd like to not get lost anymore.
Yeah. Go ahead and make for me a survival check, because this is kind of like a geography, like an orientation kind of thing you're doing. Orienteering,
Okay.
I would say.
How many rerolls we got?
You got enough to use. You got you got 5 right now.
5 is a low number. Okay, I'll reroll. Not better. Okay. Well, that is going to be an 11. Or sorry, 12. 12 total.
Okay, 12. There's enough of, like, that evening fog in the air, like where like the light is like the way light's reflecting, and there's like enough clouds that you can't 100% make out that mountain. You see mountain, but it's kind of like in LA when it's like a bit of a hazy day and you can't see the Griffith.
Can't tell which one it is. Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
hope for the best. We're
right.
going to keep going along the same route. When we find a glade or a glen of some kind that we can sort of have a defensible position between the mountains, perhaps we should search for a cave to spend the night in. But just keep an eye out over the next couple of hours.
Right. Look for glades and caves. Got it.
And we'll keep moving along like a ridge crest, just to try to keep an eye on surroundings so we don't get snuck up on until it's time to, you know, dive down into a ravine.
You get that sensation again of somebody following you, someone tracking you. And
Don't
now
like it.
I would say make an actual perception check for me.
Okay. How important do we think this is? Well, 7 is the total.
Okay.
You're gonna get ambushed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
whatever.
yeah. So you kind of same thing again. You're kind of like, are you being like noticing someone being following you, or are you just being antsy? Like, is there, there's been a lot going on. You passed through an area that was infected by lampids previously. You've also been turned around a bunch. So
I think at this point I would probably do the look around thing again, and I'll say, does anyone else get the sensation that we are being looked at or followed? Just me? I don't know.
Close is gonna look around a little bit, try to notice if anything's like out of the ordinary. See if like she gets that sense, maybe kind of peer around.
Okay, you want to make a perception check for me, or actually make a. Are you at this point, Claw? Are you pointing out where you think somebody is, or are you just still saying?
With my 7, do I even know?
Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, Callie,
I just
go ahead.
have a sensation. Yeah.
Yeah, Callie, make a perception check for me.
All right, I will do that.
And while Callie is rolling, I'm gonna let you all know this roll is brought to you by our sub goal, which was already beat. So we're making an announcement at the end of the show, which we're very excited about. So
Very
thank
cool.
you. Thank you so much, chat, for those subs.
Yes,
I'm
get
gonna
pumped.
go ahead and use one of our rerolls.
Great.
That's what they're for.
Yeah,
That's what
because
they're
actually,
for.
you all have been given 5 more rerolls. So currently,
perfect.
Ha-ha!
Thank you, Vampire 54 and Aqua Summer Woods, for those rerolls.
You the man, Vampire 54.
And Aqua Summer.
And Aqua
I
Summer
rolled-
Wood.
Originally, I rolled a 3.
Yep.
I rolled a 4.
Okay,
Perfect. We are
Nice.
very observant.
You know
to
what?
that.
So with my
fine.
perception,
it's absolutely fine. There's
I
nothing.
got a
going
plus
on.
2,
Yeah.
so that's 6. Okay, I got a 6 total. So I look around. I kind of like, I look behind a tree, maybe, and then I give it the all clear. We're good.
All right.
Yeah.
Time to keep
And
walking.
now I'm gonna pull out my pan flute at this point because I feel very safe,
Oh my
and
god.
I'm gonna join Sandros in our little thing.
Oh, well, then Dee's going to pull out her drums because she
Oh my
can also
God.
play the drums.
We got a whole band!
Since we're so safe.
Everything's great.
Do.
I love this. You know what? I want Dee, Lysandros, and Callie to all make a performance check for me.
Okay.
Now I roll great.
Perfect.
That's a 12 for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I'm
got a
actually
12.
pretty good at performance.
Are you?
Yeah, it's a satyr thing. I get proficiency.
Really? Because you just rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Well, this
Well, I'm
time
not good
maybe not.
right now.
It's fair.
We all had a bad show. Come on.
I mean, you are in a forest trying to move.
You're more like an open plane right now.
I can't be bothered with the 12-12-7. So I'm going to move. I'm going to attempt to move to the front of the group, somewhat out of earshot, trying
gotta
to
be waiting.
instead listen to the underbrush as we move on.
There's got to be a way we can like
Yeah,
attach a
rerolls
tambourine
for
with a claw or something.
Wow. Bunch
Chat
of rerolls.
Chat unlocked rerolls, and we unlocked my fun thing that I get to do at the end of the show. which I'm excited
Great.
about.
Yay!
Very fun night so far. And we have a lot of toast coming in too, so this is going to be fun. Sorry,
Wow, Vampire 54, thank you so much.
I want to say that Vampire 54 is killing it tonight, and then reviving.
Thank you,
'cause they're
Vampire.
With the 12s, I think that Callie and D are actually doing a pretty good job with their music. Like I had it was a low DC. It was just like it was a DC for people playing music with their friends on the road. I think that that's a calming thing. So I think you're all like relaxed and whatnot. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. And then Claude, what were you doing?
So I'm already feeling a little skittish because I've felt that feeling on the back of my neck twice. Now I can't hear the bird calls and the winds through the trees, so I'm like scooting maybe 20 feet ahead of everybody to try to, get this feeling out of my head and just make sure that everything's going on.
Okay.
I'm not annoyed by the music. I'm just sort of separating myself away from it so that it's in the background so that I can still hear what's happening.
You're more frustrated at like your inability to pick up stuff.
Yeah. It's more a manifestation of my own frustration at my abilities.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, totally. When you're trying to concentrate and people are having a jam band session, it's definitely not.
Yeah. Like I have to when I'm looking for my exit on the highway, I have to turn down the radio. Like that's what's happening.
All right, I love that. All right, and then, all right, sorry. So as you travel, you eventually find yourselves getting about to the foothills of the Catachan Mountain. I can never pronounce this. The Catachan foothills, whatever.
Yep.
And a shallow valley lies amid the rise and fall of the Catachan foothills. At the dell's far edge stands a great rock outcropping that looks vaguely like a satyr's face. The stones weep a steady flow of water which spreads into a serene sky blue pond. Willows grow along the water's shore, gently swaying in a light breeze. And just real quick, I am going to toss just a real quick map that I found online of this onto the Roll20. So
Okay.
if Tom wants to show the audience what it looks like, but again,
Sounds great.
No reference, that's all. So yeah.
About what time is it?
At this point, I would say it's getting to be about 6:30 or 7. So the sun is starting to dip below those mountains. Because you were getting close to the mountains, it's probably getting darker for you than it would be.
Yeah.
Although, I guess the mountains are more to the northeast, so you actually probably still have a little bit of sun behind you because they're more... So you might still have a couple of hours of daylight left at this point.
And what time of year is it?
Oh, boy. I would say...
What kind of weather are we talking? Like, I mean, it's always kind of warm, but...
Yeah, Mediterranean. So, yeah, I'd say you're probably getting into springtime. So, like, the days are getting a bit longer, but they're not there yet. Like, you're still out of it, so...
Well, this would be a good place to camp down if we want to stop. It's about 50-50 if we want to stop, though. I think we have a couple of hours left of daylight ahead of us, but this is a beautiful spot. So I think that for the time being, my suggestion would be we have a late lunch, take a brief reprieve, and decide if we want to stay here full time.
Sure. I mean, the place has got a great taste in giant crying rock heads, so
yeah,
right.
this is very true. Are we all in accord?
I
Great.
can Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I think we can, yeah.
As you set up your camp, I want you all to, as you are setting up your camp and you're looking at the really pristine and kind of beautiful pool of water, it's a gorgeous blue color, and I want you all to make a history check, a personal history check.
Okay. I want to stay on the other side of the water from it because I have a plan later. But okay, well.
I mean, this is the water. We're talking about the water, so I don't know how you can stay on the other side of the water from the water.
No. I meant from the face because I feel like it could be dangerous.
Okay, yeah.
I got an 11.
Okay.
What do I roll for a personal history check?
Just roll history. It's a history stat on your.
I also got an 11.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Copycat.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Oh, 14. Got a 14.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. None of y'all know what this is. So.
All right.
That's cool.
Riley's like, man, just succeeded a fucking roll.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to take out my small cauldron and make a small fire, and put together some stew. Get a stew going.
Okay. Get yourself a stew going. All right.
Get myself a stew going. And while I'm getting the fire started, before I take the short rest portion of that, I want to ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
For about 10 minutes. So let me know when that is up, and then
Okay. Do you rest of you want to role play anything out while Claw is doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let
Sure.
you do that while Claw's timing out. Otherwise, we're going to skip ahead, but I will let you role play. I'd rather have that happen. So.
So Callie's gonna walk up and check out the statue satyr face thing.
Okay. It's more like a big, it's a big outcropping. So it's like it's not quite like Mount Rushmore because it's not like chiseled in there. But
Right.
it's like not a statue as much as like it's a big formation of rock above you.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like with a little bit of imagination, it looks like a satyr.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Lysandros, does this mean anything to you? Do you all have
What, like
kind of headstone type of thing where like different points in Theros have different satyrs?
I mean, we've got lots of different like stories and I don't know, satyr myths and stuff, but like half of them are actually like mean something, and the other half are like bawdy jokes in long form, basically. So it's a little hard to tell if something is actually important to satyrs or if it's more just like, fun. And there's not all that much of a difference, really, when you kind of get into the way we work.
Yeah,
But I mean, certainly a good-looking rock for sure.
All right. Well then, it's kind of somber looking too, though. At the same time, like
I've never seen a sad rock before. It's kind of bumming me out.
yeah, or a sad satyr, really.
Well, I've seen my fair share of those. We don't show it on a regular basis. It's not really our style, but satyrs get down like everybody else, so that's why we revel. And why would you even need to party? Why would you need to have a good time if there weren't things to be sad about?
That's right. When you get down, you got to get down. Am I right? High fives.
Yes,
High fives.
exactly.
Come on.
High five. Hey, you guys want to hear a quick satyr story?
Do I?
Yes, please.
So I'm not going to actually tell this whole story.
Oh, you are.
You don't want me to because it's bawdy. But basically, Lysandros sits
That's
down.
not a selling point.
Lysandros sits down kind of around wherever they're like setting up as Claw's doing the actual work for like, detecting magic and figuring out where to camp and stuff. And he uses his illusion cantrips to like make quick little scenes to add to the story. Like he's flipping through pages and pages of a storybook. And he basically tells, oh God, which one is it? A version of the Miller's Tale from the Canterbury Tale.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Which
quite lewd.
It goes through. It's basically the story of someone trying to sleep with someone else's wife, and through a little bit of chicanery and messing with people, they end up face to nether regions instead of kissing like they expect to be, and it is just completely off color. But Lysandros just rolls through the entire thing.
Yep.
And that's a story. That's a classic. My mom taught me that one.
Wow.
Oh.
Read the room, Lysandros.
Like,
Wow.
Wow.
And
I've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
So much.
I would say that by the time that story is done, then I would say that Claw, your ritual has been cast.
Great.
What is the range on detect magic?
30 feet.
Okay.
And now that I'm done with it, I will take a small walk around the pool and get closer to the face.
Okay. You won't be able to get within 30 feet of the face without climbing the mountain.
Okay.
I will say you do get a very intense bit of radiant glow off of the water of the actual lake.
Aha. Has anyone touched the water of the lake yet?
No.
Not yet.
Do you need some water?
No. I was testing the environment for magical essence, and there is a glow of radiant energy coming from this lake. I'm trying to get closer to the rock face. It is the face of rock, but I can't quite get there in my current form. So I think that I'm going to perhaps climb closer just to make sure that I can make sure that there is nothing nefarious happening.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to maintain my concentration on my detect magic and wild shape into a spider.
Can you do a concentration spell and a wild shape at
I
the same
can
time?
maintain concentration. I cannot cast,
Okay.
but I can maintain concentration.
Okay. I'll let you do it.
And as I approach a wall or like wherever I can stop walking, I will turn into essentially a 4-inch diameter wolf spider tarantula and start scaling the walls.
Okay. It's about, I'd say, where did you all decide to set up camp? Like, are you right at the edge of the water? Or are you a little bit away from the water? Where are you at exactly?
I would have set the fire probably back towards the edge of the trees, so 10 to 15 feet from the water.
Okay. Like the trees that are towards like the north side of the water.
Oh,
or maybe,
sure.
like,
Where did we come from?
I would say you came from kind of like this is a weird map, so I would say it's actually facing the other way, but I just flipped it around. I would say you probably came from like about the southwest here, and then like this way would probably be going northwest.
Okay. I would probably say that we are set up at like bird's nest thing, the bottom bird's nest thing.
Oh wait, you're here?
Yes.
No, you have not gotten that far because there's not a pathway there. So
I see.
you have to go through the water to get to that. So basically, as far as the green is as far as you can go. So for those who can't see the map, those who can't see the map, there is like an edge of the water. There's like green around like the very like outside of it, and then there are rocks and there's trees going on the rocks.
Got it. Okay. So, can I tap? I can't tap. I was going to try to tap.
You have to just use the arrow and you just like hold down and click on
Oh, okay. So currently I'm here, probably.
Okay, you would have had to have climbed there. So is that where you're now?
That's fine.
Okay. So
Yeah,
we'll say
the fire will put over here.
Put it here. That's like you're burning a fire inside of a tree if you're doing that. So
Right. I just don't know where there is free space. Is
where
my
there's
point.
where there's green land. That's
I would need to expand my vision. Oh, I didn't even see there was this half of the map. Yeah.
That's the classic Roll20 mistake.
Yeah, I didn't even see.
I was like, why is he still trying to put it on? Now I get it. That makes way more sense.
I couldn't even see. Yeah, we'll be over here in this yellow portion, like way over here.
For those who can't see the map, 'cause that's a big portion of our audience because we do podcasts.
Yeah.
The entire right half of the screen is like an open grassy area with like 2 small rocks on it, and then
I
the
just
entire
couldn't
left
see.
half of the screen is all rocks. So now I get your confusion. I was
Got
like,
it.
what is happening? Like, what is this? When you kept being like, I'm right here, I'm
Right.
like, that's a tree.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that there was the rest of the map. Anyway, so over there somewhere. And then I'll turn into a spider and climb a rock.
Okay. All right.
And try to get within 30 feet of the face.
I would say the face is about to the far end of the screen here, and it's up. I would say it's up at least. It's pretty high up there because it's like a foothill looking down on this. So, but I'll say that you're able to make good time. And then this area here that's kind of darkened, that's actually like a cave that's inside opening in the rock. So there's there's actually a coverage over that. So you could actually climb over that. That's just like seeing inside of that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I don't normally like to be this map heavy, but we got a little bit of confusion there, so I wanted to.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So I apologize to listeners if that was hard to follow. Hopefully we'll edit out a little bit of that. So, okay. So we'll say that everybody else is probably around here somewhere, and then Claw has climbed this way. Okay. Callie.
Yes.
What's your AC?
Oh,
God.
18.
Always the best
Okay.
question to hear from the GM.
Yep, sure is. Where is that roll?
Because I'm always carrying my shield with me.
Well, I'm not a math expert.
Oh,
but
no.
I think a 25 beats an 18.
Why? Yeah.
Okay.
So while you are sitting and y'all are probably like still not sure how you feel about Lysandros now because of that story he just told you. I mean, you make up your own mind. I don't know. Maybe Callie likes stories like that. I have no idea. Suddenly, a Leonin form leaps out of shadowy behind the rocks, and you'll love this. Slashes you with her claw.
Son of a
Doing-
biscuit eater.
15 slashing damage.
Oh no!
Hot mama.
Jeez.
Ah! What the?
Everybody roll initiative.
I'm using my spider's dexterity bonus,
Okay.
right?
I mean, yeah, you're a
You're a
spider.
Perfect.
I'm going to use a reroll.
Rolled a 10.
Okay, I'm just gonna set this up real quick.
I got 21. Ha!
Okay, Lysandros said 21. Okay.
That dice
D,
is
you
going in
said 10.
timeout.
D, you said 10.
Yep.
Callie, what's yours?
6.
Okay. I would remind you all that you have a lot of rerolls.
I did just use one, by the way.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, reroll. Okay. So,
I will use
Thank you,
one
Reroll.
in that case.
okay.
Well, not much better.
What'd you get?
12.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use one too.
Okay. Everyone use one? Okay. Everyone but Lysandros? Okay.
I didn't. I rolled well.
Okay, so we are down to 15 rerolls. I mean, only 15. What
Only
are you gonna
15.
do?
I know.
All right. That's not his name anymore. What was her name? I forgot. I have it up here. Her name is Seza. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this
Yeah,
this bitch again? Unbelievable.
Wait,
I rolled
remind
a
me.
4.
I mean, she's
Seza?
a cat. She's
I recognize Seza. Seza's the Leonin in the hood who mind controlled the Minotaurs.
Minotaurs.
Yes.
This is sister's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
We don't like Seza. Seza's not great.
That's bad.
Says it's bad. Bad news. Bad news
Seza
bears.
says.
But we don't know
I do
it's Seza
Seza,
yet.
though.
In character, we don't know it's Seza yet.
Oh, I know
mean,
it says
I
that.
think-
I know that
Callie-
punch.
You
I
might.
think Callie has a real good idea of Seza because Callie's got a face full of Seza.
Yeah. Sure.
Make sure. Oh, Asteria is not in this fight.
This
All
is
right.
not the first time I've been punched by Seza.
All right. So Seza got a pretty good sneak attack on Callie. Oh, yeah, yeah. And now we are at the top of the order, which is going to be... Oh, hang on. Lysandros. Lysandros, you are at the top. So you basically told this really body probably would get you fired from an actual like office job kind of story because there's like videos you have to watch before a job about not telling stories like that.
How would
And
I have
then-
gotten this job?
Yeah, and then suddenly, and then like Claw turned into a spider and itsy bitsied away, and then suddenly when everything seemed peaceful and quiet, suddenly another Leonin came bounding out of seemingly nowhere and just full on body slammed Callie with claws and did some damage to Callie, and that's where we are right now.
All right. I think Lysandros is going to do what Lysandros does best in these situations, which is immediately jump up and go, ha! And then just kind of dart around and jump into like the copse of trees that are over there and just try and find like, is there somewhere he can he get to them and hide?
I'm going to say that it's about 60 feet from where we established you were, so you'd have to dash to get into the trees, but you could probably hide behind one of the rocks.
So I probably couldn't dash and hide.
Yeah, well, with your cunning action, you could use a bonus action to dash and hide, so you could do that, but you wouldn't be able to do anything else on your turn.
Okay. I think I'm just going to like get some good distance away, and yeah, you know what? I will move towards the things, and without worrying about hiding, just like I want to move, cunning action, to dash over there, and then whip out my short bow and just like try and launch one off at the at Bad Cat.
Okay, so you won't get advantage on this because you're not hidden, but you will get sneak attack because she is engaged with your ally.
Yes, wonderful. Okay.
Just as a reminder, you get 2 sneak attack dice.
Right. I remember that now. And I will continue to remember that. All right, so I rolled a 5, which is a 10 on that. But you know what? Just because it's a fun new thing, I'm going to use one of my luck actions.
All right. We also have 16 rerolls right now because we got another one from Zero Magnum X. Thank you for your roll.
Okay.
Rerolls.
So with my luck, I got a 17.
Okay. Let me just double check. And that just hits. So now you all know that 17 is the AC that you're shooting for.
So I like to imagine that I like kind of pulled my my short bow back and then was like aiming at him and then actually kind of stumbled over a rock and like didn't aim the way I wanted to, but aimed better.
Okay. And you might want to roll your damage. So
no, I know I hit. I don't care how much damage. Okay. Come on. All right, so short bow.
Nerf blaster doesn't actually do any damage. It's really good. Just cool to hit.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be 3d6 plus 3. That is 15 damage.
Okay. Thank you, 15. All right. Now it is that is all the things you can do this turn, right? You've burned a lot of things here.
Yep, burned all my stuff.
All right, and then Claw, what is the speed of a tiny spider?
I believe it's 20. Let me check.
Okay.
Are your spidey senses tingling?
It is 20. I have a climb and a walk speed, both of 20.
Okay, you are 110 feet away, and that's me being generous, but I'll let you have the 110 feet.
From where? From the battle or from the face?
From the battle. The face, I'd say you're by about 200 feet away from at least. Because the face is really high up there. I was trying to repeatedly tell you were climbing a mountain.
Yeah, no, I know, but I wanted to go take a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to do that. Your friends are getting messed up.
Yeah, also, well,
but you in character know this is happening. You're pretty far away.
I understand. Now that we're getting attacked, I'm probably going to drop it.
Also, I'm asking if do you think that Claw has heard this happening? Because you're pretty far away from where it's happening now. This is your call as a player.
I mean, I'm hearing battle noises across a lake. I mean, I can roll for it.
Okay.
Lysandra's definitely yelled,
I hear it.
Okay, cool.
It's above 15, so whatever, 15 plus something.
Yeah.
So but I'm like 10 to 20 feet up on a rock ledge as a spider.
Do you have like a Charlotte's Web thing where you can go like and make a parachute?
If I'm not too far up the mountain, I will climb down the mountain back to where I was. Bonus action, drop wild shape.
Okay.
Right? Because it's a bonus action to drop. And then action, I will pull out my star map, my glowing blue orb, look across the lake and see who or what is attacking my compatriots. Yeah. And a spectral arrow the size of a spear appears sort of in my hands, and a glowing bow made of starlight appears surrounding me, and I will cast Guiding Bolt at the villain.
Okay.
Let's see here. Guiding Bolt is going to be 16 plus whatever my attack bonus is, which is 5, so 21.
Okay, that hits.
And it's going to take 4d6 radiant damage. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it rolled well with those d6s.
Okay.
And the next attack roll made against the target has advantage because there is now a mystical dim light glimmering from Seza.
All right. All right. That is your turn. And now we go to D because Seza did not roll very well either.
I think I'm going to try a spell. I think I'm going to.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Enthrall.
Ooh, I like that.
So I turn to Seza, and I start talking to Seza and just really trying to charm Seza with my words, like, "Oh my God, your ears look like so good today. Have you seen like what are you doing? Are you using something new, or is it still just like like?" Is there a different kind of shampoo that you're using? Because, man, I know that we're not buds or anything, but I have to tell you, your hair looks fantastic. Where did you get that outfit? Is that something that you make yourself? Like kind of a Jackie of all trades, making your own stuff, doing your own hair? You're amazing. And with the slashing, oh my God, what can I say about the slashing? You're just like... just like messed up homegirl over there. That's just great work. Sorry, great work that you did. Just totally messing her up. It was amazing.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
That's an interesting question.
It's on your under your spells on your
DC.
sheet, you'll say spell save DC.
Spell save DC for Enthrall, it is Wisdom 13.
All right. She has advantage on this roll because she is currently fighting your allies, and so unfortunately she did pass her save. So you say all that, and then that is your turn. Do you do a bonus action on your turn?
I do. I'm going to do a bonus action for Callie. And I'm going to go ahead and hit him with that bardic inspiration.
Yes, thank you.
Good.
That's a +4 or
6, I think.
It's a D6, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
The D6 or D8? I think it was a D.
I think it's a D6 until my next level up.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think level 5 where things pop up again. Okay, and now it is. Do you move away at all, or do you stay where you are? Do you stay where you are?
Me, I stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right, and now it is Seza's turn, and so she definitely understood that someone was talking to her and trying to flatter her, but she's not really all about that lifestyle. So she's really more about this trying to fight Callie lifestyle, and so she's going to turn to Callie, and she is going to blast Callie with a little bit of. More of the claws. She's a big fan of the claws, and she actually gets to make 3 attacks on her turn. And I did not use this the first time because I was a surprise attack. However, so she is going to hit you first with her claws.
And that's 2 attacks right there?
The first one misses. So that first one, because she actually crit failed, so she completely missed you. And then the next one, she is going to go for...
Miss.
I'm actually going to say she only gets 1 extra attack now because of the crit.
Okay.
That's right.
And then, yep. So then she misses with her attack, and then as one last thing on her turn, she is going to... What was I wanting to have her do? She is going to cast Healing Word on herself, and she is going to go back. Yep, I made a fun character. Not what I wanted to do.
Bad guys with healing spells? Oh no.
Yeah.
She's a sorceress, so
She's a fun one.
Yeah, we already know she has magic. So I basically opened up 2 separate things. And so then she is going to heal back. 6 of the damage. Well, not great, but better than having nothing happening.
Yeah.
And then,
Is she within reach of me? If she tries to heal, can I attack her?
No, 'cause that's not an attack of opportunity kind of thing. That's yeah. She's not moving out of engagement with you to do it, so
Darn it.
it's a bonus thing. Just something that I thought would be fun to have a character be able to do because no one expects it. So she's back to that. All right, and then she says to you as she continues to after she heals herself up a little bit, she says to you, she says, "You are without honor, Kinslayer. How dare you flee like the coward that you are?"
What do you want from me? You told me to leave. I left. Like, seriously.
What I want from you is your blood. You took her from me. I loved her.
Well, you don't have to drag other people into this. Seriously. And it's like, why don't you... Looks like you still haven't gotten down that combo she tried to teach you. Why don't you cool your temper and we can actually really fight?
Ooh.
And now I'm going to slash at her.
Gotta get that slash.
I'll drop my shield.
Okay.
And use both my claws. Because I'm mad. And then how does Bardic Inspiration work? I roll D6.
You can roll a D6 and add it to your roll.
Sweet. To one of these, right? Because they're 2 attacks.
Yeah, just you have one use of it. Yeah.
Wonderful. So I'll add it to that one. And then for my claws, I get a +5. So on this one, I got 21. And on this one, I got... That's 11 plus 5, 16. So that one didn't quite hit. But I did get 21 on this one.
Okay, so roll the damage for that one.
1d4 plus 3. That is 5 slashing damage. And because I have the slasher feat, I get to do... It wasn't a critical hit. So I will reduce her speed until the end of her next turn. And I will also give her an unwavering mark, although I doubt she's going to try to attack anyone else. I'm still going to mark her.
Okay. So she took 5 damage, you said?
Yeah. So she's going to take 5 damage. And then for the mark, what I'll do is, as I slash at her, is it an actual, physical mark?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a... Yeah, I don't know how... the slashing damage thing works exactly, but I'll say that it's like a thing where now she's focused on you and you've pissed her off, so now you're her.
Yeah, I guess the comment I said is is good enough.
Yeah. Well, also she was only going to attack you anyway because you're her quarry. So, but it just makes it so she can't defend herself from somebody else. All right, Lysandros, it's your turn.
Okay, so Lysandros is first thing. Now that he's at the copse of trees, he's just going to duck behind a tree and find somewhere to hide there. So I'll start out by doing that.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Okay. I really should just have my stealth value memorized so I don't have to go to it every time. But soon I will. Okay, so that is a 13.
Okay. Do you want to use a reroll?
Yeah, I'll use one.
Oh, you might.
I can do better. I can do better, or I could do massively worse. 1.
Okay. All right.
So I guess I'll stick with the 13.
Okay. All right.
Although now, okay.
By the way, sorry, whoever attacked after me, did they do so at advantage with the...
Yeah, Callie did.
Callie did? Okay.
So wait, that's a critical failure. Do I have to keep that critical
Callie,
failure?
did you do advantage or you did 2 attacks?
I did 2 attacks. I didn't do advantage.
Okay, next person to attack will get advantage then, because I don't want to... She already did... She did damage, so... If she'd missed, I'd give her the chance to do it. But...
Cool.
I just don't remember how we're doing this with rerolls. If I reroll and get a 1... Am I stuck with the crit?
You don't get to do an extra reroll. So if you already used a reroll, then you can't use another reroll.
Great. All right. Well, in that case, even though I completely failed to hide, I'm still going to try and knock off another arrow towards Callie. I'm just like, yep, you're doing great over there. Really good.
Okay.
Keep her over there.
I'm trying.
And I got a 17 on that one again.
Just hit. Yeah.
All right, so I still get my sneak attack damage because she's engaged with Callie, right?
Yes.
Man, rogues. Oh, not a great roll though. So I got 9 with that one.
Okay. It's not still better than nothing. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit helps.
I did roll all the dice I was supposed to though.
Okay. She's actually looking pretty rough. So.
Oh, okay. That's good.
However, Claw.
Yes.
Is it your turn actually? It actually is your turn. So at the start of your turn, I'm going to have you make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Because of where you're at right now.
This seems important, so I'll use a reroll on it. Natural 20, 25.
Okay. You start to hint with your magical, with your, what was it? What's it called? Detect magic.
Oh, okay.
It's still active and you haven't dropped it yet. You
Right.
start to get a hint of necrotic energy starting to peek its way out of the caves that were by the edge of the water.
Oh.
Okay. Well, centaurs have a movement speed of 40. I use my spider speed to get down the mountain. I'll use now that I'm a centaur speed to move 40 feet towards my allies. And then I'll turn around and put my haunches towards the fighting and keep an eye on the cave, I guess. I don't love that.
You're in like somebody in the head position, I guess.
Well, I guess what I can do is, I kind of want to keep up my concentration on this detect magic instead of casting another concentration spell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw another guiding bolt at Seza.
Okay.
Reroll. 16. And I'll miss with it. And then as my bonus action, I will, having just turned back into a centaur, I'm now going to turn sort of vaguely dark and shimmery purple. And my joints are bright spots of light and are connected by vague bright lines as I'm going to activate my starry form. And the starry form that you see before you is not the archer that you saw once earlier with the radiant bow and arrow, but more in line with what looks like a cup, sort of a wide goblet, as I'll take on the chalice form of my starry form.
Okay. I thought you said it looks like a cop, and I'm like, wait, what?
Hey,
If you're a cop,
yes.
if you're a cop, you have to tell us beforehand.
That's true.
All right. Okay. Interesting. And what does the cup form do for the audience?
So yes. So in chalice form, whenever I cast a spell that restores hit points, you or another creature within 30 feet regains 1d8 plus 3 hit points on my current level.
Now this is a druid feature. This is not the Nyx.
No, this is my this is the Circle of Stars feature.
Okay. I was thinking you were doing your Nyxborn feature. I'm like, I don't recall reading that in the book.
No, this is not my cloak. This is starry form from the Circle of Stars.
That makes way more sense. I am way less confused now. All right. So that is what is it? Sorry, what does it give you again?
So whenever I cast a spell that restores hit points, you or a creature within 30 feet regains 1d8 plus 3 hit points.
Okay, great. Cool. All right.
and I'll be keep an eye on the cave.
Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. Stepping out of the cave, because there's this creature. They also rolled a 12, and they are in the same. I went ahead and let you go first for that. You see what appears to be, and I'm going to throw this up real quick on Roll20 for those people who have not seen yet. We talked about them a couple times now on the show.
Yeah.
You see a lampet.
Fine.
Darn lampettes!
Oh,
They've come to finish off Ruben.
That's right.
And they have been disturbed from their slumber in the cave by the noise of combat happening outside. And so it is going to begin its turn. It can move a number of feet. Oh, it doesn't have its feet on here. All right, well.
They can't move then. They can't move then. That means they can move.
All right. Don't be the guy at the store who's like, oh, it's free. All right. All right. So now y'all can see that. So this lampet can move 30 feet. And so it is going to move to just about the border of the water. So it's actually pretty close to where Lysandros is hiding. And I am going to say that even though you didn't make a great stealth check, it does not notice you because it wasn't looking for you. And so because you still rolled over like you were like a 13, I think a 13 for somebody who's not looking for you is still a pretty good stealth. So it does not know that you're there.
Do I see them?
You see one of them, and then they were further away. So Ruben, only because of your perception check, you see at least one more appearing at the foot of the cave, at the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
So the one coming out is not the only one.
All right.
Joy.
Oh, crap. Yep. Great. Yep. Not my turn. Okay.
All right. And yep, where did my turn counter go? There we go. All right, and that is going to be its whole turn is going to be its movement, and so now it is going to be Dee's turn again.
Okay, and I don't see them at all, right?
I think you can because this one's like wading out into the water. So you see if you looked out onto the water and saw like this this kind of like necrotic creature start wandering in the water, I think you might notice it. So I'll let you say it. I'll let you say that. You see one of them.
Oh, cool. Well, if we're gonna die anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna strike this time. I'm gonna use my sword, and I'm gonna use my sword on SZA.
Okay.
So I strike with my sword, with the idea that if I just don't look the lampet in the eye, maybe it won't see me.
Fair.
Okay. And I rolled a 16.
Okay, that misses.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to use a reroll?
Yes. Use one of our 80 rerolls. Thank you guys so much. Mm-hmm. A 17.
Which is her armor class.
That just hits, yeah. And yeah, I also will say real quick because I just launched this. Finish your thing, and then I'll do a thing.
Okay, so I walk up to SZA, who is SZA looking at me, or is SZA's back to me?
SZA is so focused on Callie right now. Callie is SZA's quarry.
Well, it's like I wouldn't want to hit somebody in the back of the head. I would really want to hit somebody in the back of the head. So I take my sword and I strike at SZA from the back while she's not paying attention, like a true hero.
Okay, and how much damage do you do on this completely noble attack of yours?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so noble. I do a 3.
Okay. Hey, better than nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And she does not like that. All right. And then before we move on to the next, do you want to do anything else on your turn?
No, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. because I think this combat's probably going to take us the rest of the session.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a real quick pause here to finish off our toasts that we have in the queue. So I'll say that I think that Lampid's appearing on the battle is a good time to go ahead and have a toast.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead to a few of these folks who have helped us to unlock some fun things tonight. And so we will begin once again with Wherewithal, who says, oh, wait, that was the one from earlier. So that one is not right there.
Lysandros literally sees the lamp and goes, all right, and just starts it down.
Yeah. The first toast we have comes from Vampire54, who pointed out earlier that D helps short rests as well, because D has solid rest. So between D and Claw, you all are getting like an extra 8 hit dice. So
our short rests are dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just short rest.
Two short rests.
I'm glad that none of y'all have the kind of short rest that also restore like
like wizard stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
or,
I get my wild shapes back, but
Yeah.
it's not crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then another. Okay, I think Vampire54 wanted me to do this to the tune of Queen, but I don't exactly know how the words fit the rhyme scheme, so I'm gonna have to not probably do it.
Okay.
It's Vampire54 says, "Oh, the misty mountains call to another one bites the dust," and then I think I can get this one and another return and another return. Hey, Lysandro's got the moves, and then
All right.
Bravo.
continue to add, I may have gone crazy self-quarantining.
Mhm.
So
Haven't we all?
Haven't we
I'll let
all?
y'all know
Cheers
that,
to that.
Cheers to
I
that.
am the worst at recreating songs from ear. Like, if I don't have the music, I am going to be I'm tone deaf. So
It's all right.
I have a real tin ear for that kind of stuff. And then, but I'll try my best. And I will say that Yonto7 says, we got gods and undead monsters after us. Let's all have an impromptu jam session in the woods. And so that is how these champions roll, and I respect it, and it made it way easier for me to get a sneak attack on them. So I appreciate it. And now I am going to go and say thank you to Fractured Avatar 13 and SF Giants 49ers, who have given us more rerolls. So you all have 5 more rerolls. So you are
Fabulous.
19 rerolls. And I just remembered that I have 4 rerolls that I haven't been using. So guess what's going to happen next?
Yep.
All right.
Now's the time.
And thank you for we had a raid too, right?
We have a raid.
We had a little raid. We had a raid from Dreamwick.
By Dream Wisp Jen. That's awesome.
Yay! Thank you.
That one. I forgot that we're looking at this thing again because we didn't have it last time, so I wasn't looking for it. Thank you, Callie. Thank you, Ashley, for pointing that out. Thank you. That's all the same to me. All right, Callie, it's your turn.
All right. Is it my turn? Sessa is not before me, right?
Well, I think it's kind of like a mix, but I'll let you go first.
Yeah. All right.
What's your dex?
0.
Technically, Seza should go before you, but I'm going to let you have it.
All right. I mean, all right. Seza, what are you doing? Why are you even here? Aren't you supposed to be helping back home with the pride?
There is no pride anymore. You murdered our queen. You murdered your own sister. I loved her, and you took her away from me. I am here to avenge her. I am here to avenge our pride. And I am here to kill you.
Really? Did the pride send you to do that? Or are you just being selfish?
I watched her die. And it was your fault.
Seza, I can't imagine what you're going through right now, and I can't make amends for what happened. And I know what I did, and I will pay for that for the rest of my life. But the pride needs you. And you're not doing them any good being here chasing me down, a nobody. Do you want to really die here?
At least then I could see her again.
Oh my, really?
Jesus.
Really? Seza? I used to think I knew what she saw in you, but now I don't know.
You would say that to me? As after I have fought this long and this hard to find you again so that I could avenge her? Your own sister. Everyone knows what you did.
Callie's just gonna kind of look at her and just like, she wants to say more, but she can't. And she's just gonna like, with like the saddest look in her face, just like pull her greatsword out, if that doesn't take her to attack of opportunity. I'm also, yeah. And then she's just gonna.
Well, I mean, it's not an attack of opportunity, it's your actual attack on your turn.
It's your turn.
Yeah. And then she's gonna swing.
Wow. No mercy from Callie.
Because I'm tired of talking.
Yeah. I'm sorry, which god did you think Callie worshipped? This is... Yeah. God of compromise? I don't think so.
Well, if my words won't get to you. All right, I have dice to roll. How many rerolls do we have?
1 million.
19.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, reroll.
Thank you, reroll. That is a. How much do I get? +5, 19.
That hits.
I get to reroll my 2s because I have master greatsword thingies, I think. Is that how that works? Yes, great weapon fighting. Woohoo! I do 9 plus 3. 12 damage?
Okay.
Slashing?
Okay. Ooh, wow. Okay, she is looking real rough. Okay, yeah. So she is at death's door, and she is coughing up blood, and she kind of looks at you, and she kind of spits out some of that blood, and it like spatters on your face. And then she looks at Dee, and she says, "You're helping a murderer." And then she kneels in front of you, and she goes, "Just do it then. You have no honor anyway."
Seza! Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna kick her over.
You're gonna what?
I just kick her over, and I'd be like, "Will you stop it?"
She goes, if you had any honor, you would have faced me on your own instead of letting your friends fight me for you."
You jumped me. If you had any honor, you wouldn't jump me in the middle of the woods and you'd fight me like a real person. If you want to be serious, name a day and time instead of jumping me. And let's actually talk.
The Callie that I grew up with would never have let her guard down long enough for me to get into her that fast.
Well, the Seza I grew up with wouldn't have let something like this destroy her. The Seza I grew up with would have taken Diadema's death, whatever her name, I said it right.
Yeah, you definitely said it right.
In character, it was so correct.
She's your sister.
Would have taken her death, and it would have made her stronger, and you would have led our pride with her name and her honor instead of throwing it all away and putting her name in vain. But here we are. And then I'm going to walk away.
Slashing damage.
Sick burn damage.
That's right.
she says, "How dare you tell me to honor her name when you forced us to stop speaking it?" And then she just gets up and she wipes the blood from her face, and she says, "The fact that I can walk away means that your honor is doomed." And then
I'm already walking away.
She's walking away. She's leaving. She's like,
I'm walking too. My back's already turned. I've been walking.
So I'm next in the initiative order.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That was just a quick cutscene.
Definitely.
So Sez's not going to take her turn.
Yeah.
So Sez has yielded basically. So I think she's not walking away because she's too injured right now. But or at least like she can't just get up and run off. So she's kind of like she's yielded. And she essentially did the like humanoid version of like exposing her throat and like offering up kill to Callie, and then Callie didn't take it, is what happened there. So that is her turn, and Lysandros, it's your turn.
So Lysandros sees them like having a whole like converse and having their combat as he's doing stuff, and he's watching the Lampid like come kind of closer out to everyone, and he kind of looks and he's panicked because he doesn't quite know how to get to everyone. Like he can't just yell out to them. So he reaches down and rubs a little piece of fleece that's on his like bracers that he has, and like whispers something into his fingers and flicks it off behind the direction of the Lampid. And I want to use minor illusion to just make a huge noise behind the Lampid, like from the direction that it came. And the noise is the sound of just a raucous band that's based on our 3-man band, but there's a tambourine added in, which is his imagining of Claw being added to the whole thing. But the lyrics to the song they're singing are super loud, and they're like, "Hey, we've got bigger problems. Lapids are here.
Yep.
Oh, we've got bigger problems. This is a distraction."
All right. Yeah. I think it doesn't do much to distract the Lampid, but it does. The Lampid doesn't. Let me ask you a question. With this spell, is there a vocal component? Is there somatic? What all is involved?
There is a somatic and material component, and the material component is a bit of fleece, which I have my thing. And then I imagine that the material or the somatic component was the flicking fingers and stuff. I don't know how you want to play that, but I always play illusion spells, especially rogue illusion spells, as being like super, super minor on the somatic components, because otherwise, like, what you doing?
I am gonna let you make a stealth check at advantage, just because you are currently hiding in a tree that is very close to where this thing is. So any movement at all in the tree might tip it off. But the DC is low. But I'm just you're doing a lot of like.
I will add that I am shedding bright light for 10 feet and dim light for another 10 feet, and I'm a giant cup.
Okay.
Made of stars.
So it's a little bit.
Thanks for the toasts, because I'm a cup.
This DC is very low, and you have advantage. But I just want to give you it. I just want to like.
Sure. All right.
Tough but fair. So.
Well, my first roll was a dirty 20.
Okay.
Which, hopefully will do it.
It does it. You're good. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The sound of a 4-man band like bursts out and just keeps running behind the Lampid where it was coming from.
Yeah. So I think that everybody is now aware of the Lampid, because I think anybody who turned to look at your band would also see the Lampid happening. So yeah, no one who wasn't aware of Lampid is now not aware of it. It's going on. So Callie, as you were having this moment of facing down someone who considers you the murderer of her betrothed and your sister, before you have a chance to really process what just happened, suddenly you hear this blast of music happen. Dee, you see it as well, and you see this creature trudging out of the water, and there's another one behind it. Okay. Lysandros, do you have any bonus actions you do on your turn?
I'll just hide.
Okay, I'm not going to make you re-roll your stealth. I think your natural 20, your dirty 20 is pretty high, so I'll let you keep that as your thing.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll hide and just like wait for a good opportunity.
Okay, and then Claw, it's your turn. We're back to the top of the order.
It has been a busy 6 seconds, so
yeah, what's going on?
I imagine that. I mean, for a minute there, Claw was. I am in my head. I'm picturing Claw like fastidiously eating popcorn, watching the drama unfold between Seza and Callie, and like, oh my god, this is like the that one show with the Jerry Springer, and like watching just like rapt attention. But then of course there's the lamp pad, and so I'll move my full distance back towards the group, but like prancing backwards like a show pony.
Okay.
And I will use my action. Well, I will bonus action. That's a spell. I'm going to use my action to. Actually, you know what? We'll do that. Bonus action Hunter's Mark on the lamp pad, using my Nylea's piety. And then, as my action, I'm going to produce a starry cloak. And on top of my starry form, I will add a starry clook. Which
hey, I heard you like stars.
Hey, I heard you like stars. My cup is full of stars. And that means that attacks against me have disadvantage now.
Yeah, and I think you're also resistant to...
I was already resistant to necrotic and radiant damage just from being just hashtag blessed. But yeah, so now I've got my cloak on, and I'm like 30-ish feet probably from my group, and I'm going to say, Are you two done with whatever that is? Because I think that these things are going to come and try to kill us now.
Yeah. I think we're done. Right?
Okay. Well, that it kind of explains why you don't want to go to Tethmos, I think. But we can talk about that later. In the meantime, get ready for these death naiad things, death nymphs that are coming now. Yep. Oh, it's me, by the way. I'm the shiny cup person. Don't know if you can recognize me in the... Anyway, that's where I am. And that will be my turn.
Okay. All right. And then I can actually...
Claw is so adorable.
I accidentally deleted the lamp, but they're still there. Don't lamp it. And they were actually at 12.
Does anyone want any popcorn while I'm here? I made some popcorn on the fire before we got beset upon by cat people and death nymphs.
All right. So that turn order got a little mixed up. There we go. Yeah, I fixed it. All right. So the first, luckily for y'all, none of these lampids currently have any ranged attacks. So you're all kind of just like at this point watching as.
Oh, I probably should have told them that lampids don't have ranged attacks, but it's worked out.
Well, yeah, there were 6 seconds. All right. So. Well, and you have been killed by a lampid who did have a ranged attack.
Well, that's true. They had a stick. Yeah.
You don't know for sure, but yeah. So on the rest of its turn, it's going to get just almost about like almost to the edge of the water, where like one more turn they'll be out of the water. Okay. Meanwhile, now you see there are 2 others that are not far behind it. One is about where the one that you already saw a second of is now standing where the first one was. Like when Lysandros cast his spell, and then the third one is like very close behind it. So there was 3 in the cave, and now you know what those 3 birds' nests were, and that's why I was like, nope, you're not camping by that because got
it. Understood. Yeah. Understood.
And so that's actually going to be the whole of their turn. So they're about one more turn away from getting close enough to attack anybody, and then now D, it's your turn.
Okay. How close am I to Claw?
Claw is still pretty far away. I would say Claw is about 50, 60 feet away from you.
Okay. So I couldn't ask him like any information about them or...
You could use your turn to, he's close enough you could shout to him, but he wouldn't be able to respond until his next turn because he used so much of his turn to talk.
Okay.
We kind of dropped out of combat for a moment to have like a scene, and now we're back in combat, which is like about 6 seconds per turn. So,
okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and dash, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to dash closer to, because I let's see, I'm trying to figure out where everybody is kind of on the field.
Yeah.
So I'm
Basically, you and
super
Callie
wait.
are at the border of the water. Lysandros is about across the lake area from you, hiding in a tree, and one lampet is close to him and one is closer to y'all.
Okay, I dash over to Lysandros because I figure 2 is better than 1 with the lampids.
Okay.
So that'll be
You 100% know where he is, but you know he ran towards this tree, so you're probably by the edge of this tree.
okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and dash.
Yeah, I would say you can make it to by the tree on your turn if you dash.
Okay, do I need to roll for that?
No, a dash is just using your speed twice, and then I don't think you could use your bonus action. You can't give him Bardic Inspiration because you can't see him; he's pretty well hidden. But you could do a spell. It's Bardic Inspiration. That's a bonus action if you have a spell. It's a bonus action.
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration because I still have some. I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Claw.
Okay. You do know Alex because he very loudly stated, "It's me. I'm the challenge." By the way,
I am the novelty cup person.
All right, so yes, I do. I give Bardic Inspiration to Claw.
Okay, great. Okay, that's your turn. And then Seza, who is looking pretty rough, she has kind of resigned that she has lost this combat, and then she sees these things coming up, and at her heart, she is still a Leonin of the Pride Lands, and these things are clearly not supposed to be here, and she's not a giant fan of monsters, of things from other realms that shouldn't be where they are, and so she is going to cast Magic Missile at them, and so I'm just going to roll 3d4.
I was worried we were going to have to convince her to join the fight.
It's already
laying in her pretty prideful. So
That we are.
Okay, unfortunately, she didn't do a whole lot. So she tosses the magic missile, but her rolls weren't great. So she only does 4 force damage plus her.
She always slacked at practice, so go
Maybe
figure.
I'll mock the person who's helping you at this point.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
this is all internal monologue. This is listen. They're very catty.
So she does about 10 damage to one of them. So it's actually not
pretty good.
Helpful.
That's damage.
So you see her fire off 3 magic missiles at this thing and do a little boom, 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 and then that's her turn. And then now it is Callie's turn.
Okay. Are they still far enough away from us, or
the one that's getting to the water? It can't get you on its turn, but if you move towards it, you can get to it. You can move out 30 feet and get to it. And I think you have 40 feet, right?
Huh?
You have 40 feet of movement, right?
I believe I do because I am dashing.
That's fair. But I mean,
if I
never mind. I was making some joke.
No, and I'm also fast. But
That's what I was gonna do, yeah.
If I do that, does that mean that all the other ones are going to catch up as well, and I'm just going to take on a bunch of lampids?
Well, as I was saying, you actually don't need to dash. If you just move 30 feet, you can catch up to it. So you can move to it and attack it.
All right, I'm going to do that then.
Okay. All right.
I will do that, and I'm going to swing my great axe at it.
Okay. And a reminder you all, you have 18 rerolls.
Yes, I am.
Thank you, reroll.
Because it's been very bad to me.
Thank you, reroll.
Thank you, reroll.
Diana Moon has given us another reroll.
Hey,
Thank
Diana
you.
Moon.
Thank you.
15.
15? That just hits.
Woo! All right.
A little easier to hit the lampids than it was to hit the Leonins, so.
I like. All right. So let's roll this dice. Ooh. That is 14 damage.
Ooh, that's good.
And it's slashing, so that thing is slowed.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so. Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and unwavering mark it.
Okay, so it can only attack you now?
It can attack other things, but if it does, I get to do other things to it. It gets disadvantage, I get to make a special attack that does extra damage and all fun stuff.
Cool, that's fun. All right, and that is going to be your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Lysandros, we're back to you.
All right. So, are both of the lampids engaged right now?
No, only one is. The other two are still moving. One is pretty close. The other two are both pretty close to you at this point. So.
All right. So they didn't seem at all distracted by the sounds and stuff.
No, I think because they're magical beings, they don't necessarily have true sight, but they also are very aware of like what a magical illusion would be, and like one might have even walked right through it as it was happening.
Well, it's just audio. That's the thing.
Okay.
Right.
I think they still like they have a innate sense of like a magical creation of something. So
it's probably not worthwhile to keep trying to distract them with other illusion stuff.
Well, I mean, I also
Whether it's worthwhile or not hasn't stopped Lysandros before.
Yeah.
No,
but-
okay.
I will
Here's
say
what I want
also
to do.
that was me giving flavor to the fact they rolled really well to see if they
Sure.
I rolled a DC to see if they were distracted when you cast that,
Oh,
and
sure.
they beat it. So
Okay, so I'm going to try and just supplement what's already there because the sound is still going on. The like one-man band thing happening, and so I'm going to, as they're like getting a little closer, I want to cast Silent Image and have lumber out from the cave an ogre that seems to have all the instruments that have
Yeah.
been band,
Okay.
like attached to it and playing
First of
as it
all,
goes.
I'm gonna give you inspiration that you can carry on to next episode because we're so late in the game because that's hilarious.
Yeah.
One man band ogre coming out of the cave.
Amazing.
And I add in so
Yeah.
I can't add audio to my silent image,
But
but
that's kind of in the name.
yes, but my minor illusion that's already going lasts for a minute and has no concentration like limits, and I can change it at will.
Okay.
So I'm just stacking this shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I kind of add like an ogre voice singing like, "Oh, stupid lumpheads, as it's like playing the music and stuff to try and get them to turn around
Now,
and pay attention to that.
I do want to clarify a point here.
Yes.
You are making this ogre appear out of the cave that you know to be the home that they currently just left.
Yes, but I
Okay.
figure it would be more effective than it showing up in the middle of nowhere. Unless they
Okay.
aren't looking, then I can just like
The middle
do
of the lake or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know because that determines how I'm rolling for them. Okay, but luckily for you, they rolled real bad on their wisdom.
it. Hey!
It was a 2 and a 3. I am going to use re-rolls that I never use because I have
That's
4.
fair.
I'm going to use
Yep.
one. I'm going to re-roll one because one was a crit fail, so I'm going to re-roll that crit fail, and I'm going to roll that, and yeah, that one's at 18. So the first one, the one that like was close to the tree,
Yeah.
not fooled. Is like, there's not an ogre in our house, and then it turns back around. The other one's like, no, there's totally an ogre in the house, and so it's like lost.
My spell save DC is only 11, so it's not that hard to see through, but
Yeah. Well, but that doesn't matter if something rolls a 3. So
Right.
it doesn't.
It rolled a total of 3. It rolled a 2 plus 1. Second one rolled an 18. So the first one was like, we don't have ogres in our house. We don't keep ogres here, and I'm not even sure ogres exist in Theros, but for whatever the Therosian version of an ogre is. But
That's right. It's something
A
like
giant lumbering thing.
yeah. So So one is distracted, and so I'll say that any attacks on it have advantage until the end of the next round because it was distracted by the help action. Essentially, is what you did.
great.
And then the other one is like child's play.
I'll take it.
And that is going to be your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we go back to Claw.
Okay. Am I within my movement of 40 feet with any of my allies?
I think you're within 40 feet of. Yeah, I think in one direction. Yeah, I think it's like because Dee's pretty close to Lysandros now, so you're close to both of them.
Cool. I'm going to backpedal towards D, and I'm going to, as I'm doing so, I'm going to produce a handful of oak bark from my satchel, and I'm going to say, "Hey, this is going to be weird, but I have a. You should make like a tree and be harder to hit." And I'm going to cast Bark Skin on D. Your armor class now a minimum of 16, regardless of what kind of armor you're wearing for the next hour. Concentration up to an hour. You also have a rough bark-like appearance for the time being. So I'm going to tap you, and then you become the Thing from the Fantastic Four for a second. I figure this is going to help you not die. Okay, time to fight again. And and then do I have any bonus actions? I should have a bonus action. I got a million things I can do. None of them right now, though. That's my turn. I'll stand behind the tree I just made.
Okay. I want you all to know that Wherewithal just knocked us past a tier count. And so we have actually unlocked a special tier, which was called Dictate of the Twin Gods. During this session or the next, any player can invoke the Valor of Iroas and make any one roll become a critical success. But some victories have unforeseen consequences.
Sure.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sure.
So, but everyone just know, you have the ability one time to turn a roll into a crit success. So you have that on the table if you need to use it this session or next session, and then it's gone.
Sweet.
Okay. So I'm going to tap D. Turn D.
Not one per player.
Right. I'm going to tap D, turn D into a tree, look at Seza and be like, are you running or are you fighting? You can do either one. I'm just asking which one you want to do. Oh, did you do the thing with the magic missiles? I missed that. I apologize. It's tough for me to see when I am just a cup right now. But it's good. I'm glad we are on the same. What does that mean? Would you like some popcorn? No? Okay. And I'm going to hide behind people. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. All right. And then that is your turn. Now it is the Lampet's turn. And so the first one is the one that is right in front of Callie. And so Callie, it's going to make what's called a melee spell attack against you. So it's going to reach out to try to touch you, and it's going to cast that. And that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
That touched it. And so you are going to take 13 necrotic damage.
Ooh, do I have any resistance to that? Let's see.
You do.
Huh?
I don't think you do. I don't have your sheet in front of me, but I think you.
I wasn't sure because of my helm, because of Erebos. I doubt it.
It should. If you have it, it'll show up on your defenses on your sheet.
Oh, I see.
I did give you the thing, the Helm of the Gods. It does not give you that.
It doesn't. No.
Wait, Erebos. No, because it gives you the spell of inflict wounds.
Yeah.
So it does not give you.
How much damage?
13 necrotic.
13. All right.
Okay. Now that is it's. Does it only get one attack?
As soon as it.
Nope. It attacks twice. Now it's gonna use. Okay, it's gonna try again to hit you with the same thing.
Oh god.
Yeah, these are tough. They are. Yeah. That one. That is a 15. Without your shield, does that hit you?
Nope. Without my shield, it still doesn't hit me because I'm a 16.
Okay. But you did drop your shield, so remember that you have not picked it up again because you dropped it and then you ran into the water. Okay, so that one does not hit you, and you've taken damage a bunch as opposed to anybody else. So I'm not gonna make my reroll happen to you.
Thank you.
The other Lampid is gonna come and it can make it. So it makes it to where D is, and then it runs. Actually, it can make it does have a ranged spell attack. It's just
it does.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a touch. I was thinking chill touch. So it's gonna fire off chill touch at D and stay where it is, and so it's gonna roll that. That is a reroll from me. Thank you, reroll. And now I'm gonna try that again. And it still missed because of the bark skin. If you did not have the bark skin, you would have gotten hit by that. So you actually do get blasted by this chill touch, but your bark skin that Claw gave you absorbs it. And so like a little piece of bark chips off, but there's no actual physical damage to you. And that is going to be its turn. And then finally, the last Lampid is going to fire off. It sees this giant glowing cup, and it's going to go ahead and fire at that because that's
bring it.
All right, and that is disadvantage, right? Because you're using your
disadvantage because I have a starry cloak on.
Okay, so the disadvantage was 14. Does that hit your DC?
It does.
Okay, so you take 5 necrotic damage, but you're resistant to it, so you only take 2.
Reduced to 2. Yep.
Okay.
Who did that?
That was the third Lampid.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then that was its first attack, and then it's going to make the same attack twice again, disadvantage, and that one missed both times. So
Cool.
Yeah, 11 and 12. So it is going to go ahead and miss, and that is going to be Lampid's turns. Now we're back to D.
Okay, so I look around and I'm like, at first, before the Lampid hit me, I was like, oh my God, no, I'm ugly. And then Lampid hit me and was like, dude, I'm a tree. That's awesome. Are there any, with that spell, or with that, with the bark, does that affect how I move? I can still
Nope.
like hit with, okay.
Only affects your armor class.
Okay, great. So I am going to take my sword, and I'm going to, obviously I'm not the expert at slashing, but I'm going to attempt to slash. I'm going to slash at the Lampids.
Now, D, there is something you have not used yet in game, which is as a swords bard, you have sword flourishes. And so that means you can burn one of your bardic inspiration dice on your turn to do these flourishes. And so just to let you know what you can do with those, because we haven't really used them yet, and I think they're super fun, and they might be relevant here. So you can do a slashing flourish. So basically, you can actually roll your inspiration, and you can deal extra damage equal to that number on your turn, and also you can do that damage to the target you hit and anything within 5 feet of it. I'll say both of these are within 5 feet just for the sake of time. Wow. And then the other one is you can actually push it away from you, or you can actually add it to your AC. So if you wanted to make yourself even harder to hit next time, you can do that. So make your attack first, and then if you want to do one of those things, you definitely can. So just be aware that you have those options. That's a cool feature you have as a swords bard.
Okay, so I rolled for my thingy, and I rolled. I got a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
And then I will do. And so for my inspiration die, that is 6, and I roll for that.
Yeah, so roll your damage that you would normally would roll, and then roll your d6 on top of that.
Okay, great. So for my damage, that is 11.
Okay, and then what'd you roll on the d6?
For the d6, I rolled a 6.
Okay, so the first one takes 11 damage, and then the other one takes just the 6. So
nice.
Cool.
That's better than nothing. So now
I love
actually pretty good.
now. Thank you.
That's damage for that d6. So yeah. So basically, you have those. That's kind of like the swords bard version of having sneak attack dice. It's a rogue, but it's a cool little thing. And then as you level up, you'll get a higher dice to roll. I love it. Cool. All right, that is your turn. Now it is Seza's turn. Seza is just going to go ahead, and it's kind of late in the night, and I have this available, and I have 3 slots for it. So Seza is going to go ahead and cast Fireball at both of the Lampids.
Jeepers!
Also,
Seza could have cast Fireball!
Yeah, we would have been burnt.
She didn't have that last time I saw her.
Yeah.
D, however, is right by the Lampids because she just attacked them. So D will take damage as well. So D, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yikes. Okay. Do it. Don't do that. Do the roll.
Yeah, I'm just going to make one big roll for all the Lampids.
17.
Okay, you passed because her spell save was... hang on. Oh no, what just happened? Ah, crap, okay. Her spell save on that was pretty low, I think. Where did it go? Yeah, it was a 14, so you were totally fine on that. So you are only going to take half of this. So you are going to take... Where'd it go? You're going to take... Hang on. Sorry, that's a lot of math. Okay, you were going to take 18 fire damage, which, made of bark, probably is not the best feeling in the world, but I'm not going to actually make it worse for you, don't worry. However, the Lampids just took 36 fire damage, which means that the one that you hit with the sword, like, straight on, is looking real rough. Like, it's looking at death's door, and so that's going to be... It's hanging on by a thread, and the other one's not doing much better. And then the one by Callie is still doing pretty good. So that is what happened on Seza's turn, and now we're going to get back to Callie.
Cool. So Callie, she's actually pretty shaken up at this point. I'm not feeling great. So I am going to. I forgot. Is 5 foot step a thing in this edition, or
Is
can I
that-
just? How many steps back can I take from this creature without getting attacked?
You
Disengage, I think, which is
you have to use your disengage action to step more than 5 feet away from it. You have to stay within range of it to attack you, or it can attack you.
Okay, but I can disengage and go as far away as I want.
Well, your disengage is your action, and then you can move your 30 feet.
Cool.
Or whatever your movement speed is.
Great. So I'm going to disengage, and then I'm going to go closer to where the other ones are, towards Claw and everyone.
Okay.
And so yeah, I'm gonna head that way, walking, and then once I get over there, because the other one's slow. Because it's still, is it still slow? Hold on, let me make sure.
Slashed.
I'll say it is just because we're kind of late at it, so it's fine.
well, and one of them is still distracted by an ogre that's playing.
By the one-man band, the one ogre band. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
not
sure.
looking. That one's not looking great either. So
Right. So I'm going to use my second wind bonus
Ooh,
action.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what that looks like is the my pride has like a special like stance, like movement thing to kind of recenter ourselves in the middle of battle. That's like, it's very small movements, but that's what we do kind of to like center ourselves, give ourselves some vigor and regain hit points. And that's what I'm going to do real quick.
Nice.
Cool. All right. And then that's your turn. Lysandros, we're back to you.
Okay, Lysandro sees that the one Lampet seems to have taken his bait and paying attention to the thing. So from the tree, he's just going to go and try and whack it in the back of the head.
Yeah, do it with advantage. And I know we're close to 10. We're probably going to go a little bit long tonight because I want to finish this battle before we wrap up. But everyone just,
All right. Okay, so I rolled a 23.
That misses. Sorry. No, that hits. That hits a lot. So go ahead and roll that.
All right, so my arrow goes thwap into the back of the Lamped, who has been distracted by Big Boy, which is the name of the ogre thing.
Yeah.
And that is 12 damage.
Hey, Lysandros.
Yeah.
How do you want to do that?
So you know what? It's just it's a simple hit, and it just goes right into the back of the head. Like you could grab it and use it as like a puppet to point the head in certain directions, but instead it just like is looking at the thing. Its arm is reaching out, pointing at the ogre, and then it just goes whoomp and forward.
Yeah, it's more like Lamp Dead. You know what I'm talking about? So that's
Yep.
Sean?
And that's what the ogre says as that happens.
The ogre is my favorite character.
Yeah, we're gonna make a whole season out of just the ogre.
Yeah.
We're fired. Claw, it's your turn.
I mean, I'm pretty close to Callie at this point. And Callie's looking a little worse for wear, so I will sort of float like a cup over to Callie and put a hand on her shoulder and be like,
Put a hand.
put a handle on her shoulder and be like, hey, it's okay, we can have a drink. And I'm gonna
like
cure, and I will cure wounds at the regular first level, which is going to be a total of 9 hit points.
Ooh.
And then using my chalice feature, is Seza within 30 feet of me?
Seza is not, but D is, and D did take some damage. So
Okay. I think that I'll probably still dump this into Callie though, because Callie took 1,000,000. So then it's going to be another 8. So
Yay.
17 total hit points.
Thank you.
Healed. One of them is from the touch. One of them could be within 30 feet, but you know what? We'll just say that it goes through the same handle.
Cool.
That's the action. And then it occurs to me that I'm very hard to hit and don't take damage from these things very much, and also am a shining beacon. So I'm just going to walk towards them, I think. and be like, "Hey, those stupid lampheads, remember me? I'm your worst nightmare now. A shiny cup. Come and bring it." And that's going to be my
cups.
yeah. That's my turn.
Okay. Well, it's the Lampet's turn, and so one is dead, so that one's just going to be dead, and then the one that's alive, that's moving slow, so it can't. Did we decide it was still slow, Kelly?
Let me double check real quick for you.
I am a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, and here is also my spout.
Okay. The Lampet did fail its wisdom check to see if it knew better than to attack you, and so it's going to try to attack you with chill touch.
It is not slowed anymore.
Okay.
It was until the start of my next turn.
Okay. So let me go ahead and roll here, and so. Yeah, because of that disadvantage, both of its chill touches misses you, Claw. So you have
Aha.
Wait, which Lampet was that though?
The slow one.
It has unwavering mark still, so I get to take an attack on it.
From range?
No, not from range.
Yeah, you
Darn.
ran away from it. Right.
That's fine.
It's not doing great. So then, I mean, it is actually pretty healthy. It's just moving slow. So, so does your slow? What is
It's gone. My slow is gone.
Okay. So it is going to use its movement then to try to move closer to you all, so they can be closer for fighting you.
Wait,
and then,
was it within melee range of me, and then moved out of melee range with me?
No, it was very far away. It was actually.
Oh, okay.
It was in ranged attack range, and then it fired the
Got
ranged attack. It's not yet in melee range with you.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can't cup whack it.
Right. I can't hit it with my stick.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot of damage, but it's something, you know.
Yeah. So that's the Lampet's turn, and then it is Dee's turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of hurting. But I will do. The Lampet is still in melee range of me, right?
Yeah, and that one is messed up. That one's looking rough.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can finish that one off with another sword attack.
Okay.
Come on, no whammies, no whammies. I rolled a 14.
Plus your sword, or 14 total.
No, that's total.
Do you want to use a reroll?
Yeah.
Use it.
Thank you, reroll.
Use it.
We got him for.
9.
Yike.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, you missed it, so that's fine. We don't have bad days. That's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you miss.
Yeah. And then our Lady of Seza is going to fire off another fireball at.
Oh my
no,
God.
I'm not going to do that. I was kidding. Probably kill D. So I think
Listen, do what you want.
Yeah, she's going to fire off those magic missiles. So let me just do boom, boom, boom. Okay, so 9, working 9, 2, 5. So that's 8 plus 5. So that's 13 damage. So that one's looking pretty rough, and the other one is still up. Actually, you know what? I'll just say, just for the sake of time, I think that her first fireball, her first magic missile, because I got a max damage on one of those. So one missile just takes out the Lampet that was like looking pretty rough, that got messed up by her fireball ID, and then there's just one left, and it's at death's door. So, yeah, I think for sake of time, it's going to be Callie's turn next. Callie, you can get to it. So I think you can probably take it out. But I want you all to get the kill. I don't want my NPC to have had the kill shot. So let's I know we're running late, but I don't want to be like, well, the good thing my NPC was there. So Callie, go ahead and do what you want to do to it.
All right.
This is the one you marked.
Cool. So I'm going to run back up to it now that I have some health, and I'm going to smash. I'm a slash, not smash. Slash. That is a 19 on my dice. I don't know if that's a crit because it doesn't show on D&D Beyond what my crit is with my axe.
I don't think you took the fighter.
Yeah, I think
champion.
That's a champion.
Yeah, that's a champion feat. Champion feature.
Yeah.
Oh, so weapons just don't have crit anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
20 is a crit, but champion fighters 19 and 20 are
Right,
both crits.
But she's right. In like older editions, it would be.
Oh, yeah,
like,
Yeah.
Critted on
True.
a 18 to a 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
I guess there are some weapons that do that too.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I got a 19 plus whatever, so it probably hits.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
If it doesn't hit, we're.
Yeah. What are we
I don't know
doing?
what's going on.
All right.
Everything else has been wrong.
I do have great weapon fighting, so I get to reroll my 2s. So that's 9 plus 3, which is 12. So I'm gonna do 12 slashing damage.
Callie.
Lamped, because she's very upset because she is so upset she got chased down by Seza. She didn't ask for this, and now she's getting hit by lampids, and she just wants to have a nice evening with her friends by a pool of water with a really depressed satyr-looking statue, and she doesn't get to have it, so just
Callie,
Yeah.
please describe to me the death of this lampid.
Callie screams all of that kind of out loud without realizing it, and
In third
slashy
person.
slashes. Yes.
All right, so you just kind of rend this thing. You just kind of render it in two.
Yes.
All right.
Render it too. Like
You just-
like several slashes though. Like she does like the slashes where it's like so many anime style slashes that like it looks like a bunch of motions, but it looks as one whole piece. But when she's done, it's a million pieces and then drops.
Yeah.
Love it. So you all see Callie just go feral, like she's just like nuts on this thing with her claw, ripping into it. Yeah, there's nothing left of this thing. It's just like necrotic dead pile by the time she's done with it. And as it falls, you also notice like the water is still pretty shimmery, so you don't think that they weren't caught like claw, because your detect magic is still up. So
I dropped the detect magic because of Barkskin.
that's right. I forgot about that. So never mind. So the water still looks the same bluish color it did when you all arrived. The lampids are dead, and so that's a twofer for backstory happening right here in this episode. And then Callie, after you do all the slashing and you look up, you are facing the shore where Seza was, and she is gone, and the only trace of her is bloodstains on the grass. So she has used your freak out opportunity as a chance to make her leave. So you will probably face her another day.
Typical.
I am going to. So we're sort of in quiet after the storm now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look around at the group. It doesn't look dangerous. I will drop the starry form. Would you like to keep the bark skin, or would you like to drop the bark skin?
Being a tree is dope, but I think I can go back to being a human now.
Okay. Drop bark skin. Cast detect magic. Not ritual.
Okay. At this point, all you're getting is the radiant magic coming off of the water of the lake.
Can I get any detail on that? Like school?
It's
Right,
radiant.
it's radiant. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you tell us what's going on, do you?
Yeah.
Then Lysandros goes, well, one way to figure out what's going on, and just dunks
Okay.
his hand into the water.
Well, I already dropped the healing form. All right, go ahead, stupid.
It'll be fine. And he just starts drinking the water.
Okay. I need you, Lysandros, to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, this
Great.
Right.
Mhm.
It's a rogues detect magic.
That's right.
Idiots detect magic.
Right.
Yeah, same thing.
That's a natural 20.
Hey.
Yeah, you actually you realize it doesn't taste great, but you're actually kind of okay. But I think you.
The impression I get is that it's bad.
Yeah, you definitely don't think it's like water you should have drank. So.
I think don't do that. That's
Good.
what I think.
Yeah, I could have told you that before you drank. You just drank water from a. Okay. There
Here's
were
what I'll say.
lampads in there, probably peeing in it.
Here's what I'll say, Lysandros. I think you have had your share of hallucinogenic items in the course of your life.
Oh, okay.
And this definitely is something that you know you probably have a tolerance for, because you've had a lot of this kind of stuff, and that's why you're not affected by it. But this is like some bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is like somebody's bad stash. Yeah.
I see just a little bit of like that stuff going on. I'm like, nope, I know how to handle this.
A couple of molecules in the sides here. Yeah. Am I still starry to him? So if I have time, I'll turn back into a spider and climb up the mountain.
Yeah, I'll say you do that now undisturbed. There's nothing really particularly special about the rock. It feels like someone just formed a rock in a shape of a shader. I was trying really hard to tell you that wasn't important without just like going.
Yeah,
stop.
It seemed like a thing though. So like, all right, I'll climb back down.
Yeah. It was just a cool thing in the flavor text, and I read it. And I was like, this. It's one of those things where you don't realize it's like the let's all talk to the goblin at the other table thing.
Totally
like,
cool.
I was like, well,
you're good. Yeah, so anyway,
that's what Claw would have done. So I think it's fine you played it out. I think we will end there tonight, and we'll pick up.
I do think that we should camp here for the night. Okay. So let's set up camp and prepare for an evening in.
I will say that now that you've cleared out the lampids, there actually seems to be a pretty cozy and probably well-defended cave that you could sleep in if you want to do that.
Perfect.
So
Ogre is like, cave's all yours. And then I go, shoot. Don't need you anymore.
And Claw, as you are heading into the cave and you pass the bodies of the lampids, they look extremely familiar to you. And that is where we will end tonight. So you think that you may have just killed lampids.
Pieces of garbage. Unbelievable.
So that is where we will end tonight. Thank you all for sticking through. We went a little bit long. I apologize, but I wanted to let that play out. I'm glad that Callie got the kill and that it wasn't NPC. I hate when NPCs do the kill. In my games, I want my players to succeed. And we have a couple of big things to do before we wrap up. So the first one is Dom is going to turn up a thing on the overlay, and we had a really cool feature that was added. This was actually suggested by Gaurav, our producer, who thought this was a really fun idea, and so I wanted to use it. And basically, we are going to we have Magic the Gathering Arena set up.
Ooh.
We are going to open up the Theros Beyond Death booster pack on the Arena, and this was called Accepted Contender. And whatever comes out of this is whichever monster is drawn first, you will have to fight next week.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
this could be bad.
This could be real bad.
While Dom is pulling this card out, I'm going to turn it over real quickly to Jordan, our resident saving throw show mana dork. Jordan, do you want to tell us a little bit about the Theros Beyond Death pack? What you know about it? What's your love for it?
Theros Beyond Death is one of the recent Magic sets. And it was basically based around an event where things started like breaking out of the underworld. So that's like one of the major mechanics throughout the whole thing. It was certainly a big problem for Erebos and his lot because Elspeth and other people who are important planeswalkers who do all this story stuff, stabbing Heliod or Xenagos, all that kind of thing.
Great.
Yes. Super good explanation for me right there.
Yeah, names of people and the word stabbing. I love it. Dom, do you want to go ahead and do the honors?
What are we fighting?
No whammies. Oh my god. Are we turning up the rare or are we just taking
This was the first one, right? Or how is it going?
Yeah, how are we doing this?
Oh, it doesn't let you do Okay,
so
I guess
the
the first one that you touched was the one on the far left, so what was that?
You gotta click the one that's turned over.
It's the one that's turned over. It's rare.
Hopefully it's not a rare. Oh my god, it's Erebos. Oh no.
Is it Erebos?
Wow, yeah, it's Erebos.
Okay,
We're fighting my gods.
I don't know if we're gonna fight a god, but we'll figure something out. Erebos.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's really interesting.
And Timorat is in that pack too. So it's like literally the henchman as well.
Okay. All right.
Oh my god.
This pack is trying to tell us something, I think.
I have ideas. There are things that I wanted to do that this actually plays really well into, so I'm actually that definitely changes my plans, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, just
right.
Well, he doesn't know how to read
I'm gonna use it, but if Do you want to see what that flipped over? Oh, that's not the one on the right's not a flipped over card. Then that's
No, that's a wild card.
As everyone knows, for someone running a game set in Theros, I actually
famously not interested in Magic.
I'm Magic agnostic, and it's fine. All right, and then sorry.
I was just gonna say I can't really like. Oh, okay, I can now. Let's see. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are 5 things that are
five creatures in the pack. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
really,
say, what's the creature on the far left at the bottom? That's the first one that Dom hovered over. So I'm gonna say that's the first opened one.
Yeah, it's a Newborn Sea Guard. It's an enchantment creature, soldier, which would probably be what's the race called in this? The Triton.
Yeah, it's a merfolk. It's a mystical merfolk. Yeah.
It's Sea Guard. Okay, cool. What's it called? Unicorn.
Nyxborn Sea Guard.
Nyxborn Sea Guard. Okay, I can make that work, and then I think also the Erebos thing is going to come into play too, because if he's one of your patron gods, it's kind of hard not to call with that.
Yeah,
sounds great.
You just pull inspiration for the rest of this.
Yeah, and then a couple of things to remind you all of. You do have that expires by the end of next week, the Dictate of the Twin Gods, which means that you can't invoke the gods and create a critical success. That is by the end of next week. You also still have on the table the Deus Ex Machina move. You have the ability to draw a god down to protect you or do something.
Right.
That lasts until the end of the season and then it's gone forever. But we want to use it because somebody paid a lot of money for us to have it. So please make sure you don't. I mean, there's probably going to be ample opportunity to use it, but I just want to remind you because it's been a while since we had.
I had it in my head if we had to fight both the Lampads and Seza. I was gonna hopefully pull that one out, but we didn't have to. So
y'all did a little better on Seza than I thought, considering her challenge rating. But that was actually pretty good. And then that is those things out of the way. Couple of things real quick, and then big announcement. First of all, for this show. So our last episode of this season is February 1st. However, we are now part of a very awesome charity fundraiser that's going to be happening here on the Saving Throw Show channel on February 7th. That's a Sunday. And we're actually going to be on it's going to be a 4-hour episode from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. that night with this cast here. And we also have 2 very special guest stars, Kyle Shire and Allie Gertz, who are going to be joining us for that show. So I'm very excited to have that crew joining us. And so we'll be doing that. That'll be a fundraiser for the whole channel for the Trevor Project. So we're looking forward to that.
Awesome.
A couple of other big things before I pass it off to somebody else. Channel head honcho Dom Zook is going to be on our friend Ryan Omega's channel for live action roleplay this Thursday at 8 p.m. Don't forget, we have an all-new Pantheon Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Those are all Pacific times. And then when this stream ends, we're going to raid our friends over at Scabby Rooster. So we're going to do that. And then before we move on, y'all did unlock our special announcement, Fated Return. And so I am going to hand it over to the internet's Ruben Bresler to take us home.
I don't have my hoodie right here, unfortunately, to make it official, but yeah, we could do something. But hi everybody. It's been a while. But the Broken Pact is coming back. Officially. It was a long 2020. There was a lot happening at Wizards of the Coast internally and a lot happening in the world, and we didn't quite get to continue the story. And so we are going to be telling a new story, The Broken Pact Theros, which will be taking place in the same, think of it like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to be telling a different story with some of the same characters and some different characters in a different time and a different place, that place being Theros. But it's not going to be a continuation, but rather an addition to the Broken Pact storyline, with myself as the Dungeon Master, back in the Dungeon Master seat. And our players are going to be the 4 other people that you see on the screen right now. Danielle is joining us as player number 4, and Gaurav has decided to step back. Busy schedule, too many RPGs already, needed to cut something away. And so thank you so much to Gaurav for and still staying producing and we still talk all the time, but can't put Lucian back into the driver's seat for this one. So we will
Totally
see
his
where.
Totally his
His choice. His choice. Totally his choice.
Mhm.
But that means we get to play more
That's right. With Danielle.
Yep.
And we are going to be telling a different story in the world of Theros.
Mhm.
And if anyone else wants to say anything about that, feel free. Otherwise, we can see you all when it comes out. February 15th at 8 p.m. Now, the other change is that it'll be here on twitch.tv/Saving Throw Show. With partnered still with Wizards of the Coast, hashtag sponsored.
Sponsored by.
Hashtag
They were
sponsored.
very important. That was very important
Yes.
detail.
Sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, but on this channel. So, and there will be a full season coming up of the Broken Pact Theros.
Yeah, and we will return. We'll likely return for a second season of Deus Ex Machina when that is finished. But we do love being sponsored by Wizards, and so we're excited to do it. We are really, really excited to do more Broken Pact. But I don't want people to think that we're not going to keep doing this show as well, because we love doing this show.
Right.
But
It's nice to be. I think that the plan, hopefully, will be to alternate every 10 weeks.
yeah, I mean, I'd be happy if they keep doing it.
I would
Yeah,
love to be able to do that. And so we'll see if we can.
I'm really excited for February 15th when I can just sit down at the beginning of the night and begin my prep for the night by starting to play a game. That'll be fantastic. And speaking of Gaurav, let's go ahead and send him a lovely congratulations on his engagement. As he
Yes.
He shared publicly, so I don't mind. We'll congratulate him on that. And with that out of the way, thank you all so much. We are so excited to continue to tell stories set in this awesome plane with you. I think we have staked a flag now that this is our plane, and we're going to have all the fun we can in it. And so we're looking forward to telling more stories here.
Mhm.
And now we're going to head over to Scabby Rooster. And thank you all, and have a good night.